So we're a few months out, and I'm trying to do a show out of recycled skateboards. I'm gonna be documenting the process of taking these boards and making them into products. And I'm gonna be making things like cribbage boards, picture frame, coffee tamper, candle holders, and incense holders, chessboard side tables, and lastly, some paddles. I'll also document how much time it takes, the cost of goods, and how much things sell for.
If they sell.
So, without further ado, let's get making some things. We're starting this project off with some turned goods. With our first 4 skateboards, we create these goods by first degripping, grinding down, and cutting them down into 2-inch strips. These 4 skateboards will actually make for about 6 candle holders and 3 coffee tampers. After gluing them together, we cut the necessary lengths to glue up our candle holders. I'll generally use other types of woods as well, so I'm not solely dependent on skateboards, as it can be tedious to prepare and skateboards are sparse at certain times of the year. We turn a handful of different shapes, oftentimes inspired by UFOs, in mid-century circular shapes, and when it's all said and done, it takes about 50 minutes of work on each candle holder. Similarly, I also make incense holders. We start with some leftover maple that I actually have, and with the ends of the glue-ups from other projects with skateboards, after about 40 minutes, we turn a pretty fun product with pretty much just some scraps laying around. For the checkerboard table, we start with prepping our raw walnut and ash to create our checkerboarding. Nice. I used to do this with walnut and only skateboards, but it was a really ambitious build and would literally take me forever. Okay, now it's time to cut things to 1 3/4 inches, and that will be the parameter for our first set of squares.
Hours later.
There's always a magical moment when random glue-ups of wooden squares create a pattern, and it never ceases to amaze me when it reveals itself. Wow. Okay. Now that we have these checkerboard panels together, it's time to clean them up. First of all, in the jointer, we'll clean up a nice edge, and then we'll run it through the planer, ensure that everything is the same thickness. With our panels prepared, we miter, domino, and build our box. We then proceed to turn some legs, and when the lathe doesn't decide to almost kill me, we proceed to turn 4 legs over the course of an hour. Okay, so I know by this point you've probably seen the story arc of building out the front of this, but low key, I straight up hate it. So I'm gonna switch it up. Way better now. Just a nice simple walnut with skateboard handle to it, and I think it's way cleaner, and I think it's gonna sell way better. So on to the next one. Okay, so at this point, it's the 7th, and there's roughly 23 days left before the show. We got about 5 out of 8 products fully kind of together at this point. So it's coming along, it's looking decent. I got a flyer printed for the show too, and I've started to drop some reels out there too. So there's some promo going for the show, which I'm pretty excited about. Definitely kind of nervous. Effectively with tariffs kind of going on right now in the global economy, we're kind of looking at likely a recession super soon if we're not already in one already. I don't know folks' appetite to even spend money, and that's going to be kind of a challenging thing. We'll see. Definitely got, a handful of products together and pretty excited about, having them available for folks. And I think just putting my best foot forward and showing up at least will be hopefully received well. So yeah, here's to hoping things kind of go along. Let's keep plugging away and hope things kind of work out. We shall see. Here we go. Okay, so at this point, with the glue ups made here, it's time to effectively throw them onto our CNC machine here. And yeah, we're basically going to start making some of the holes for this cribbage board with the tooling and then also the lines as well. And I couldn't be more thankful to the folks at Onefinity for hooking this up as always. And it'll hopefully makes for some quick work of this while I work on some other things. So let's get at it.
The last product of this offering are my paddles. I usually make a feathered styled paddle, so cutting everything at 45 degrees is how we get started. The blades are then glued up and splines are cut into each blade so that we can assemble with the center stem. We then cut, route, and shape the blob to a beautiful piece that will help folks cut through the water gracefully.
So why do you make things with skateboards anyway?
It's because we get to keep them out of the landfill.
Wait, what is that?
It's an incense holder. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it should be a little more serious. May 30th, I'll be making things out of recycled skateboards.
Yeah, I think you might be overthinking it. What about May 30th? This guy's making things out of recycled skateboards.
Okay, guys, cut. May 30th, be here.
Cut. Wait, I'm here now. I was just there. Is that too many fourth wall breaks?
I don't know. Maybe we should change locations?
I mentioned the video.
Whatever. Come here, May 30th. Okay, so we're en route now to the show. Got everything packed in here, as you can see, paddles and things like that. Generally speaking, pretty nervous, as I usually am for these types of things, because I don't know, I really hope things sell. I have about 35 pieces or so, 4 paddles, 2 nightstands, 9 cribbage boards, 6 frame, 5 tampers, 6 incense holders. So I'm pretty hyped on the offering. And yeah, next up is basically setup, getting some alcohol for the show, and hoping things kind of go well, honestly. So, we'll see.
Having spent the better part of my evenings and weekends over the last several months, from taking drawings on paper and making them into reality with 18 broken skateboards, the show honestly couldn't have gone any better. Here were some folks I was fortunate enough to sell my goods to.
I got 2 candle holders, and I'm gonna keep one and gift the other one.
So today I'm getting a chessboard, the cribbage board, and a large picture frame.
Yeah, what are you used for? Where are you at?
It's gonna be my wife's birthday's tomorrow, and this will be her birthday presents. Everything by Andrew Zito.
I got a candle holder.
And where's it going?
So it's actually for my friend who can never come to the shows that are at night, who works at my restaurant.
I got one of the custom Zito special paddles. Super excited to use this summer in the canoe. I have a few fun little canoe trips planned, so I'll keep it very sacred to my heart. And then I also bought one of these little coffee things for my girlfriend. It's her birthday in a few days, so I'm excited to give it to her as a present. She doesn't know it yet, so congrats on these amazing items, man. You killed it on it.
Okay, so it's been a few weeks since the show went down, and I basically wanted to give a wrap up of how everything went. So with the 34 items that sold, we made a total of $4,545. The cost of goods that went into that was about $630. Another cost was that we ended up providing alcohol and snacks for folks, which I thought, you know, I just love doing that and treating my community. So it ended up being about $250 worth of refreshments. And I'm also contributing about 5% of proceeds towards the Ottawa Skate Association. They provide programming for underserved youth in the community, and they also collect skateboards for me. So being able to give them back about 5% or so just makes total sense. So all said and done, we made a total of about $3,437.75. It took about 42.18 hours of work. And so when you break that down hourly, it's actually about $81.50 per hour, just based on labor and stuff. And all that said, it doesn't account for, of course, my machinery, you know, electricity to run the machinery, owning a store and paying some overhead there. Definitely doesn't factor in every single cost, but it's a pretty simplified estimate of what I made, and I'm super happy with that. Honestly, my community really showed up. Being able to create these things with my hands, bleed passion into what I'm making, and being able to share it with a community that's accepting of my work and who's stoked on just having my items, there's really no better feeling, honestly. And yeah, I couldn't be more grateful, truly. And yeah, so many more things to come, and hope you enjoyed this. Peace.